Exciting win, to say the least. You know, it was awesome to see the crowd get into it there at the end, and you know, not a lot of hitting, but a lot of big pitches were made, a lot of plays on defense. Their guy was outstanding. Our guy was just a tick better. Alex was, you know, he set the tone. We knew we needed a big start out of him. I think Alex was pretty driven today simply because of the fact that he had an opportunity in his last start to come up with a big start in Baltimore. Things didn't go our way, and he came out and did everything. Made pitches. He got the split going. Got some outs on that. The curveball, dotting the fastball. So just a outstanding performance by him. I thought Suki was incredible back there. You know, calling the game, blocking balls, working with Alex Colomé to get through those jams. So huge win for us. Lot to be excited about.
Defense by the shortstop.
Yeah, I mean, that's why he's there. And that's probably above and beyond what you would expect or anticipate. But we wanted a guy that was rangy, could make the everyday play. We know he does that, but the diving play was just remarkable.
Alex has been
Cobb.
Alex Cobb.
Yep.
Talk about Alex Cobb.
Yep.
He's been, you know, up. He's had some good games. He's had some games where he's kind of beat himself up a little. He hasn't felt good. Do you think this may have been his best overall game? And maybe
yeah, I mean, it's got to be right up there. I'd have to go back and look at. I mean, he's had some really strong performances without a doubt. But you know, to do it here in this environment against Boston, you know, we talked about it pregame today on the radio. Alex is a different pitcher now than what he was when he faced him earlier on this year. I think he was still working through some mechanical thoughts, trying to get the right pitch mix that he wanted to use and allow him to have success. I know he's found that, and now he goes out there and just competes with putting all the other stuff behind him.
What about Colomé's outing today?
Great outing. I mean, you want the guy to come in and get the save, and ultimately that's what he did. You know, he got the out in the eighth. I think right now with Alex, you know, he's probably pitching around contact a little bit, and that's putting him in a little bit of a bind. But this is a type of outing that when you have success, you can build off this and get him going again a little bit. But they laid off some really tough pitches and made it very challenging. But at the end of the day, he made the pitch.
He seems to be throwing his cutter an awful lot. Is it?
Yeah, yeah. I think
away from the fastball
a little bit. I mean, I today that was probably what I noticed. But you know, again, if that's what he felt the best option was at that time, it's tough to second guess anything he's doing. So, you know, certain days guys are going to feel good with the cutter, guys are going to feel good with the fastball, or vice versa. So today it looked like he was more committed to throwing his cutter for sure.
Did you, your strategy in playing the infield in, was it mostly based on, I mean, why you didn't go on and load the bases and play for a double play? Was it based on not wanting to face Benintendi?
Yeah, Benintendi. Yeah, I just didn't really like that matchup too much. And I look at him as being able to be a guy that can get the ball up in the air. Take our chance with Hanley, who's also a really good hitter. You know, it's kind of pick your poison a little bit. And then kept the base open to where we were able to walk Benintendi.
You referenced that Cobb's a different pitcher now than when he faced Boston earlier.
Yep.
Just from spring training, where he looked a little shaky at times early in the season, he sputtered a little bit. How far has he come, and what's impressed you the most?
I think his determination's been the most impressive. You know, you find out a lot about a guy when they're coming through an injury and how they handle that in the rehab process. But for Alex, when he got healthy, he still wasn't that guy that he was before he got injured, and I think that frustrated him. But he didn't let it slow him down. He was determined that he was going to get it right. I know there's still days that he doesn't always feel 100%, but you're not. But I think he's shown the ability, 100%, 80%. He's going to go out there and compete. I mean, his stuff has gotten better too. I mean, the fastball's played up, the movement, the location, all of that stuff, and you know, Hick and I talk about it, the way this guy has changed his approach to pitching, being a dominant curveball pitcher, has been really impressive to sit back and watch.
Do you think he is back to being that guy he was?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I don't. He might be going about it a different way, but I think he's just as effective.
This is the team's first 1-0 win since August of 2015. Does it surprise you that it's been that long since you've gotten a 1-0 game, knowing what kind of pitching you've got?
You know what? When it was 1-0 in about the 6th inning, I was sitting there thinking, like, we're going to need more, because I don't recall that happening very often. And that's also credit to that lineup in the other clubhouse. They're a pretty potent group that, like I said, Alex was just outstanding.
Do you think it helps a pitcher's psyche at all, being on the mound, knowing you've got Hechavarria at short and an improved defense capable of making some plays like that?
I hope so. That's kind of the big reason why we acquired him, is to do everything we can to catch the ball behind him. And we're going to make some spectacular plays behind our pitchers, but if we make the routine play, that's what we're asking of them, and that's what we've been doing here as of late.
That's it. Thanks, everybody.